Hello everybody and welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters here live in Shenzhen, China, and I am joined by QXC. What's up, dude?
Wait, let's try that again.
Oh.
Just kidding.
What's up, bro?
Not much. How you doing?
Good. What, did I not do it right? Like,
yeah, so what I was thinking is you were like, and I'm joined here by QXC. Yeah, just like that.
I got you, man. I'm not as cool with these type of things as you are.
It's okay. As a very experienced caster, Apollo, I can help you get up there.
Thank you.
Really bring your skill up.
I will learn from you throughout today.
Great.
And next time that we cast together in our next series, I'll be ready for the QXC.
Don't use it. Don't use it lightly.
Oh, you can't use it lightly?
No, don't
ever use. Don't
use it in vain.
Unless we're not doing it for you, we don't use it at all. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We are here to bring you the lower bracket game of Group C, as we just saw Liquid HerO fall to Solar, and backstage we just saw puCK fall 1-2 to Jaedong. So close series, but unfortunately he did lose it, and now he must go up against Liquid HerO.
Yeah, and I don't know. HerO did not look like the hero that the people needed in his series against Solar, and we'll just have to see if he can turn it around. It's hard to say. Maybe it was his mindset is a little shaky. Maybe he's not as practiced right now.
Yeah.
But he had a little bit of time there. I know he was talking to Snoot about his series against Solar. Just kind of, as a pro gamer, you just have to let go. It doesn't matter how poorly the last game, the last series, the last month, the last year. It doesn't matter anything about the past. What matters is the games that are coming up right here, right now.
I think Liquid HerO, such an experienced player, should be able to channel that and to think like this.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We have seen HerO, though, in the past, actually. He's a little bit of an emotional player sometimes. I do remember seeing him at MLG Anaheim, playing against Lenok in the kind of the player area, and like you could see the emotions were coming through on that eliminating game. That was like it started to go poorly, and you could really feel his frustration.
And you think he may be feeling that already after, I think it's safe to say, a poor performance versus Solar?
Maybe. But at the same time, he might be feeling like, well, you know, no matter how poorly I play, I'm still going to win this next set.
Okay.
You don't know, because it's a lot of like, how strong do you expect your opponents to be? Like, how confident do you feel about your own play? And that goes a long way towards determining like how well are you really actually feeling for this very next game.
I would feel for HerO, especially in a PvP now against what he would consider obviously a lesser player to himself. Obviously, HerO a lot more established. That this is the series that puts him back up a notch to then prepare for a next one. That's the way that I would imagine that he'd be thinking about it.
Yeah, and I think, well, how do HerO and Jaedong usually fare when they play against each other?
It's usually 50-50.
Yes.
They've traded series over times.
Yeah, so it's hard to say where that would go. It feels to me like perhaps most of the group is expecting Solar to advance almost for sure, and I don't know why I have that impression, but that's like what I'm feeling in my gut is Solar is probably going to go through.
Yeah, and it'll be a tackle between, most likely, unless we see something drastic happen, Jaedong, HerO. But what do you think? I mean, we talked a little bit about HerO coming into the series and his mentality as he now just gets onto the stage and prepares to battle. What do you think is going to be going through puCK's mind? He's going to be playing on stage here against HerO. He's in front of this Chinese crowd. What do you think that he's going to be thinking about?
Well, puCK he plays his own style. He's definitely had a lot of time to prepare for this. He knows what he's going up against. HerO, as such an established player, there's a lot of information about him.
Yeah.
puCK should definitely go into this series prepared with knowledge about what he's expecting his opponent to do, and we might see him really trying to take advantage of that.
And, I mean, how much of an upset do you think this would be if puCK was to be able to defeat him? A big one, a small one, or do you think this could be even 50-50? It doesn't matter?
Maybe one of the biggest upsets of the tournament.
Sick.
The only bigger upset might be puCK actually advancing in this group.
Yeah.
Not to take anything away from puCK, but, you know, you look at what have these players done recently? How well are they playing? What players are they beating? What players are they losing against? And you've just got to say, like, puCK is not the person you're expecting to make it out.
Yeah, I mean, in the last 6 months, puCK, to be fair, has played in Premier League 4 times now, which is really consistent to be able to do that 4 times But then if you look at HerO in the last couple of months or so, he'd managed to get to a final of DreamHack at DreamHack Summer and unfortunately lose out there in the final to Tasia. But this is going to be an interesting series for sure. But in PvP, it is one of the more volatile matchups in StarCraft 2 out of all the matchups, really, I think we can say. That there is an opportunity here for puCK, definitely. Yeah,
there's definitely some calculated risks here, some taking advantage of what you expect your opponent to play. We saw when I was talking to Snoot earlier, he was saying that he was definitely studying his opponents. Any little edge you can get, because a lot of games, they're not really a test of like how well you can play the mid game, how well can you play the late game, how well can you macro. It's like, how well can you get an advantage in the first 6 minutes of this game and then carry that into a victory? And often...
All right, well, we'll see how this one will shape up. We do have a small video very shortly for you to show, and it is kind of funny. It is a funny video. Have you seen it yet?
I have, but I don't want to reveal anything.
Yeah, all right. So, we're going to take a look at this video. This is actually a video from puCK from yesterday. That was puCK yesterday, and he angered the Dong. He angered Jaedong. He managed to have a good series, but he did lose.
You have an interesting definition of the word angered. He didn't look very angered to me. He had a big smile on his face. Well, he was pumping his arms into the air.
That's because he was laughing at the mere thought that puCK would even challenge Jaedong. And then as Jaedong arrived late today, he looked at puCK directly in the eyes, and he was angry.
The tyrant.
Really angry. The tyrant was out to play. But that was puCK. Yesterday. Having a bit of fun here at the InTouchStream Masters.
He feels, when I talk to him, he always feels very confident against Zerg players. One of the more notable opponents that he defeated in multiple Premier League showings was Hyun. And I think he's done quite well against various other Zergs, including Violet at some points here and there. So it seems like, you know, he's not afraid of Jaedong, no matter what.
All right, well, the first map between these two players is going to be King Sejong Station to set the tone for this best-of-3 series. HerO's played some intense PvP games that matter at the highest level. He's got into finals on his PvP. But we are here, as you can see, at another festival. This is the Cartoon and Animation Festival here in Shenzhen.
I think that's a Transformer next to him.
Is it a Is it? What? I don't know this guy on the left. I know that's Spider-Man.
I think that's Yoda.
It's not Yoda, I know that much.
I think that was Spock.
Oh, really?
I think that was Legolas. Legolas and Spider-Man were watching from the crowd.
Have you gone out and bought anything yet?
No, because I'm very particular. I'm very frugal.
If puCK gets out this group, if he gets out this group, you will. There is no. If not, you will wear something.
I mean,
like a costume.
I could wear something even if he doesn't make it out of his group.
Well, that's not very fun. You just...
But I want to wear something. Yeah,
I just want to wear something. I just want to put it in my brain.
How about this? If Solar passes this group, I will go out and buy something and wear it.
What would you buy? Can I choose? Now's the interesting part.
Okay.
Now's the interesting part.
I will allow you to choose
anything.
No.
Okay.
Listen. Wait.
Yes.
Let's see. How can I do this in a way that doesn't force me to... No.
Okay,
here's what it is.
I'll help you.
You will choose 3 things, and I get to choose which of those 3.
They can be 3 bad things, though. That doesn't help you very much.
I know. That's okay.
Okay, that's fine. I'll deal. If puCK or Solo. Because if it's 3 bad things, then you at least want puCK.
Okay, if it's... How about this? If puCK passes the group...
I get to choose anything.
You get to choose 3 things, and I pick 1. If Solar passes the group, then I choose 3 things, and you pick 1.
Okay, deal.
All right.
Let's set here at the InTouchStream Masters at the Cartoon and Animation Festival. We are having fun.
Yeah, we are.
And here we are in the lower bracket series in Group C. Now back to serious business. Down here in the bottom right-hand side, USA. It's puCK. The sickest of intros. And we'll see.
Was that a challenge?
No.
You want me to throw down on this intro?
Yeah, I've seen your intros. You can do this,
I don't know.
man.
It's not as exciting when there's not a live audience,
No, we're just talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't even know if there's any views on be you shouting at me.
Well, guys, in the top left-hand corner on King Sejong Station, the blue Protoss currently fighting his way back out of the loser's bracket. He is Liquid HerO.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the same feel when I can't feel. I need the
ambient noise.
Vibrations from the audience. Like in at WCS, they were literally started clapping, and you could feel it building up, and like they wanted you to go, you wanted them to go. Yeah, man, it was a very concert effort. But let's take a little look at what's happening so far. Both players have a pylon and a gateway, and they're at the same timing. So right now, both players opting
it's an
for
equal game.
Yeah, it's for a macro position. HerO getting his gas on 15, puCK getting his gas on 15, and puCK actually going for a quick second gas. This does not necessarily mean he's going to be one-basing, because if he chooses to, he can stick 2 probes on each gas, and that's still a pretty macro-oriented build. Meanwhile, we do see HerO actually scouting around, just checking for those proxy gates, and puCK actually playing a little
less safe.
Yeah, a little riskier, and perhaps that's a stylistic thing. Perhaps he's scouted HerO and he's like, I need every advantage I can get, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to 2-gate me.
All right, well, puCK does scout out after the Cybercore a little bit later, a little bit less safe. He does go down to check his natural as well to make sure there is no proxy gateways down. But both players are seemingly mining from all probes within the simulators, 3 out of 3 in each.
Yep.
So bringing in the highest amount of gas possible.
Yeah, and it looks like HerO, I think HerO's actually going to proxy a Stargate up there.
Yeah, I think you may be right.
And this will be a 3rd pylon proxy. So this is kind of the middle ground in terms of one-base proxies. The 2nd pylon proxy is the most aggressive proxy that people do. Actually, it's a Twilight Council.
Well, Twilight Council at home, so we could be seeing the Dark Shrine over here.
Or that's just going to be his pylon. This is just going to be where he's going to warp the DTs from. He puts it there way ahead of time so that he doesn't have to be concerned with...
he should put the Dark Shrine there too. There's no reason not to. It's never going to be scouted up here, or it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it does seem very unlikely. And meanwhile, puCK going for this early sentry. So what does the early sentry mean, do you think?
Usually expansion. But this map is very difficult for an expansion, I think. It's a very wide ramp, so I would hope that this is not going to be an expansion play. But
very, very wide ramp into the natural. Also a second entrance in the back of the natural. And with the big, wide cliffs on the main, it leaves you a little vulnerable to certain types of blink play. But we are going to see a Nexus from puCK. He's going to be chrono boosting out that second sentry, and puCK has not scouted anything at all.
He'll scout with the first 100 energy from the sentry, but the one thing that you can say that is favorable to puCK is, well, I was going to say that regularly you do get a robotics facility pretty fast after this for immortals or detection. And he's
getting a Stargate.
He's getting a Stargate, which kind of sucks, unfortunately for him. But he's not playing into the disadvantage of the hard-to-defend expansion, because it's only Dark Templar. It's not Blink play. It's not aggressive gateway play. It's only Dark Templar.
It's basically going to come down to, does puCK get detection in the next 30 seconds?
Yes, because...
that's when the Dark Shrine's going to finish, and this probe...
is right outside.
Yeah, he's going to have a... This is basically going to be the Dark Shrine's going to finish. Dark Templar are going to warp in. They're going to be
Phoenix.
Yeah, let's see the Phoenix. Let's
imagine if he. Oh, what is he going to see though? He has to click.
He knows it's one base.
Has to click.
He sees the mothership core. He sees double gas. Twilight Council, and HerO actually chrono boosting out of the Twilight Council, making puCK perhaps misread the situation. But with a Robo Bay and only 1 extra gateway, I don't think puCK should think, the Oracle's about to come out. Yeah, so puCK doesn't expect DTs, because he would have force fielded his ramp if that was the case.
But he sees it now, and the Oracle's out.
The Oracle's about to come out. Nice force fields from puCK.
Yeah, really good force fields here, and there is the detection available, and the Dark Templar is going to rush away. He has to get another Oracle out because he needs more detection here. He's got no robotics facility.
Right, and the key here is that Envision, the revealing spell of the Oracle, lasts for 60 seconds. But the Oracle will only get about 30 energy before that finishes. So if he doesn't, well, he's making a second Oracle, so he'll be fine against the DTs.
But we've seen an Archon being morphed here, and he's going to be aggressive with this. He's going to push right up, see what damage he can get while expanding behind this.
Yeah, and what he's doing here is basically using the Archon to prevent the force fields from keeping him out. And I think puCK is hesitant to use that Photon Overcharge because he's expecting, ooh, nice force field, but not quite.
Yeah, the Archon doing its job there. Photon Overcharge does push these units back. DT in there as well is going to turn around and rush towards the main base here. Oh. And no force field available now because he used them to keep the units in for some reason, which I'm not too sure why he used that force field. But
yeah, and he didn't actually see the DT go into his main, so he's gonna lose a couple of probes here.
And remember, behind this, HerO has expanded, so it's not that he needs to land critical damage. Any damage he deals now is actually really good for him, and it's going to put him in a lead.
Yep. And if we look at the
look at the probes.
Yeah, the worker count is really the most telling part of this game at the moment. Even though puCK had that extremely, like, much faster Nexus than HerO, he wasn't really able to use it because of the pressure HerO was putting on, and he hasn't really been using his Chrono Boost on his probes. He just hasn't made a lot of probes. He's lost 8 workers, but he's down by 9 with a Nexus that was at least a minute earlier than his opponent.
So he's got better economy, which will allow better production, and he has a Stargate of his own now. He should be going into Phoenixes here. There's 2 Oracles out. They're going to be shut down really, really fast. As long as he doesn't lose too many probes here to this initial push, and we are going to see them come in.
Yeah, 2 Stargates, 2 Stalkers already in place.
Yeah, he gets a couple of probe kills here, but the Phoenixes are being built. And the probe difference, what, 35 to 31? So not terrible here for puCK. The recovery from those 2 Oracles is nice, and they still have opportunities to get more too.
Yeah, the Oracles are definitely going to both die here. The Phoenix able to chase them down no matter where they go. Photon Overcharge even goes down, and he gets 1 probe there, so the probe difference now just at 3.
Yeah, about 3. So that's decent there for puCK. So if you look at everything else apart from that, we have the robotics facility now in for puCK. I think he's got that down already. Yeah, he does. Yep. Forge now coming in, so he's going to be able to start to upgrade. But it's not going to be air versus air. puCK's not going to commit to his Stargate.
No, it looks like puCK has basically stopped Stargate. He's going to start +1 weapons out of that Forge. And I don't know. The economy definitely favors HerO just a little bit here. But in terms of the tech, puCK is actually looking like he's a little bit better set for the later parts of the game because he's got that Forge, because he started that +1 weapons.
I really, from my experience playing Protoss versus Protoss, I really like to be the Phoenix player versus the non-Phoenix player in this situation. And you usually see Phoenix versus Phoenix here. It's going to be hard for puCK, I think, unless he has a really good timing that he hits when this Twilight Council finishes up. Maybe like an Archon push or something.
Yeah, it's... how exactly he uses that Twilight that's coming up will depend exactly on what HerO is doing. If HerO stops these Phoenix production at some point, then he picks a sentry off, picks off 2 sentries, and HerO taking a nice little advantage here wherever he can get it.
I mean, 4 Phoenixes, you don't need a big investment to use 4 Phoenixes, and they're going to get so much value for their cost. 2 sentries already, pros have been killed as well.
Yeah, and actually, it looks like, so HerO has stopped Phoenix production at this point, and he's chrono boosting out Immortals. He's getting charged, and with the Dark Shrine, he can make Archons very easily. And without the Forge, oh no, he has a Forge now.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe a +2 timing coming from HerO or something like that.
I think he's preparing in case puCK attacks him at this point too. The switch up really fast is nice from HerO. He doesn't need more than 4 Phoenixes. 6 Phoenixes will do the same as 4.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of pressure here on puCK, making it very hard for puCK to actually move out. And meanwhile, puCK is playing mostly in the dark. The Observer is back at home. He's got 1 Observer in the back, and meanwhile, he doesn't have too much going on. It's kind of lulled into a macro state. puCK now adding a Templar Archives, getting Psionic Storm, and researching Charge.
He's been telling me all about how he loves storming Protoss versus Protoss.
Couple feedbacks there. The Phoenixes without energy are basically doing nothing when your opponent's not also making Phoenixes. The Mothership Core isn't really going to die to anything. 1 probe does get picked off.
All right, so if these armies are the same, definitely favoring puCK in terms of using Storm to his advantage over the Immortals and over the Zealot heavy. Storm is really, really nice, especially if he takes a good fight in a good location.
Yep, and actually HerO's added his 3rd base, so I think what you said is more accurate, Apollo, in that HerO was more making those Immortals and had that Archon just to be safe, and now that he feels comfortable, he's continuing to transition, he's getting +2 weapons, takes that 3rd Nexus, and with those Phoenixes, he's got so much information about what puCK is doing right now.
puCK has to expand soon, or attack. You can't just sit doing nothing. You need to make one of these choices soon. Otherwise, and if he even expands, he's so far behind when it comes to HerO's 3rd base, which leads us to believe that he would have to attack, right?
Yeah, but the problem right now for puCK is that he doesn't know there's a 3rd base down for HerO.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that this is... Basically, if puCK chooses to expand at this point, like you said, he'll be so far behind economically that there's no way he's likely to catch up. So,
well, his hand may be forced with that Observer that goes over there.
Yep. and it looks like a little bit of lag there, but no problems. And HerO now adding 1 High Templar. HerO's Templar Archives is done, but he hasn't started researching Storm, and he also doesn't really have the gas to make High Templar. So I'm not exactly sure what the plan is there. puCK, meanwhile, getting up to 4 High Templar, and he looks like he's in a position to take his 3rd.
Well, he has to attack, surely. He's so far behind when it comes to this 3rd. As soon as HerO sees that 3rd with his Phoenixes, he'll take the gases, he'll chrono boost madly into his probes.
Yeah, well, HerO's already taking the gases at his 3rd there. He's going to use those, presumably, to get more High Templar, more Archons. And HerO going for Zealot Archon, Immortal here. The couple of Phoenixes are basically gone, and a Warp Prism actually is going to be HerO's plan to keep the aggression off of him. If puCK were to move out, he can send that Warp Prism in, drop some Zealots, continue in, he can warp in DTs, which are going to be very, very strong.
And a bit of a gambling move here from HerO. What he may try here is get some units inside the main base and then swing around and snipe the 3rd. He doesn't need to do that, but if he does do that and it's successful, then he just finds himself in a wonderful position.
Yeah, instead of being winning, he's won, basically. That would be a sufficient move to take this game.
But if it doesn't work, and let's say the Mothership Core gets sniped off or something with a feedback, which there are High Templar to do so. All right, well, here comes a potential move here from HerO. Kind of tickling, doesn't really want to attack into that, I don't think, not with 2 pylons there. But the Warp Prism is going to be interesting. It's going to come from the back.
The Warp Prism is going to synchronize these attacks up, and it goes into puCK's main. The Phoenixes come in, and it looks like the Phoenixes might be there to intercept the Mothership Core.
Yeah, definitely. That's actually really, really smart here from HerO. And a big warp in, and here comes the Mothership Core, and that's really smart here from HerO. Good feedbacks, though, on these Phoenixes. And they do get picked off. The Mothership Core not going to die too fast, and a massive warp in Zealots and DTs, and HerO is going to kill the main Nexus here while holding holding the position on the 3rd, keeping puCK there, because if he isn't there, then obviously the units can come down and attack, and the Nexus is destroyed inside the main base, and HerO picks up a big, big move. Oh, and he kills that Mothership Core too.
He dropped a High Templar feedback on the Mothership Core, takes it out very quickly, and puCK is completely in disarray at this point. He's having so much trouble defending against these multi-pronged aggression.
And as soon as he moves out of position from that 3rd, HerO moves in. And he's going to look to potentially take a fight here. There's a lot of Storm available, so...
Yeah, I think puCK's army is actually significantly stronger than HerO's right now.
Yeah, 116 army supply here, as we can see, to 89. But with +3 attack on the way and Colossus, there is no need for HerO to commit here.
Yeah, and with the disadvantage in economy, HerO really has a winning strategy in simply backing up and playing a little bit more passively, letting his economy kick in. But he's only just now gotten saturation on his 3rd base. He's transferring some extra probes from his main, and he just wants to end this game as quickly as he can. Does puCK know about these attacks?
Well, I'm not too sure. He doesn't have much vision range. If you look on the minimap, there just isn't anything of his knowledge, and he gets attacked and surprised on this right-hand side by his natural. There's units on the 3rd, these units in the main, and HerO is just absolutely all over the place here. He's going to destroy another Nexus, and it looks like he will recall out just in time there. As High Templar were approaching. And from this position, puCK, has just been absolutely run around.
Yeah, and HerO doing a very good job of controlling the map. He's removing his opponent's vision, making it so possible for him to make these multi-pronged attacks. And puCK now with only 1 Nexus, he's basically taking everything he's got. He's got to make an attack happen right now. But HerO knows this is coming. He's controlling the Watchtower. He should be able to get in a good position.
Yeah, he's going to come and intercept this here. He's going to swing around this left-hand side.
Yeah, and meanwhile, puCK is still defending against this Warp Prism harass. But at this point, I think the Warp Prism is actually hurting HerO more than it's helping him, because he needs as many units as home as possible. He doesn't need to do more economic damage. He's already super far ahead. And puCK with the offensive Warp Prism, it looks like something is about to happen here.
Yeah, we're about to see an attack come in for puCK. He's got a lot of Storm, he's got a lot of High Templar, and he needs to make something work now because he's taken so much damage. He's lost both Nexus. He's on 1 Nexus currently. So this is the moment, if any time, that puCK could win this. And he's going to come in from this left-hand side. Good time up from HerO to keep puCK back, but good Storms come in. And another set of Storms in HerO, taking a lot of shield damage on those Immortals from those Storms. But he is confident. He's got +3 attack over +2. And there, a lot of bouncing back and forth between both armies. HerO now chasing. And this attack will commence. And here we go. The fight will fight. And HerO backs out the Storm once again. Shields down on the Immortals, but still dealing out a lot of damage here. puCK dropping in supply. The Storms are fantastic. And the Immortals still alive for puCK at the back here. Another warp in from HerO. And maybe the economy that he has, the production, can back him up. But as we see, it looks like HerO's going to edge out with a bit more money and a bit better production. But a fantastic fight from puCK, but not enough there as the 3 Colossus at the back untouched, and GG is called. And HerO takes game number 1.
Yeah, HerO takes game number 1 in a decisive fashion. He just had such a better hold on that map, removing puCK's vision. And puCK, for some reason, he just didn't want to scout.
Yeah,
he scouted late.
Yeah.
He never looked for those proxy pylons, proxy dark shrine. I mean, maybe he should have known because he scouted the base. He never saw a dark shrine, but it was more in that mid-game phase where HerO basically had units everywhere outside of puCK's base. He had a War Prism threatening the main. He had pylons over behind the rocks. He had pylons over outside puCK's third. He had his army at puCK's third, and without really good vision or without some sort of counterplay, puCK was doomed. There was really no way he was going to defend that.
And puCK now staring at that screen, which is showing elimination currently because he's only 1 map away from being knocked out of the Intel Extreme Masters here. In group play, of course, coming through the American qualifier as a replacement. But here we will see if he's able to match up against Liquid HerO, who is kind of already maybe looking ahead of this game, thinking about a potential game against Jaedong if we were to see Solar eliminate him or push him down from the winner's game, which would be coming up next. But HerO played a really good game, and I think we can safely say together that was a better overall display of StarCraft from HerO than we saw versus Solar.
Yeah, definitely, but it's always hard to tell, you know, exactly how strong that a person is playing. Oh, HerO, what is HerO doing? He looks a little distressed, or maybe just a bit
Had
uncomfortable.
something in his eye.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. He's ready. He's getting into the next game. But you know, there were definitely points in that game where it felt like puCK just needed to be a little more proactive about figuring out what was going on, about pushing out on the map, and we kind of highlighted it. Some of the strategic decisions HerO made in that game were unnecessarily risky. It was like, HerO, your Nexus is minutes ahead of your opponents, and then you're going to also do a timing, right? Like, why?
Yeah.
If you go for that early economic advantage, then the timing doesn't make as much sense. Because he was so far ahead from his early harass, and he was so good at controlling the map, it all worked out. But we'll just have to see.
All right, up here to the top right-hand side of Overgrowth, the second map of this best of 3 is the red Protoss player. It's puCK.
And in the bottom left-hand corner,
He's going for it.
On Overgrowth, the Protoss player you know and love, he is Liquid HerO. I need you to clap for me. Can you do that?
Yeah, man.
How about
we'll clap for each other if we go to game 3.
Audience of 1.
In the audience of 1.
In the audience of 1.
Depending on who does the intros in game 3.
I'll cheer for your intros.
And I'll cheer for your intros, I promise.
Sounds good.
All right, I'd be expecting similar openings here by both, just like the double gases and so on. Not too sure. I have absolutely no idea about the tech choices, though, when it comes to what they're going to use.
Yeah, it's really hard to predict that. And it looks like both players opening in just about the same way.
Yeah.
puCK's gateway is marginally faster than HerO's. I don't think it's significant enough to be noteworthy, but puCK is going for fast double gas once again. We'll see him put down his second pylon, and we'll just have to wait and see exactly how he's going to transition out of this. Is he going to play for, let's say, that same kind of macro-oriented build? Is he going to play a little bit more risky? Meanwhile, HerO, once again...
Single gas, though.
Yep. He is going for a single gas.
That's very interesting, but he's just seen his opponent's probe leave the other side of the map and then decided to take a second gas. Maybe he had plans, potentially, because if you think back to the last game, puCK really didn't scout, right?
Yeah.
He just went for the sentry, and if he had played like that again here,
perhaps
I think HerO was looking to punish.
Yeah, either to punish or to exploit.
Yeah.
Because that double gas is not the fastest expansion you could take. Perhaps HerO was looking for some sort of 1 gas expand, depending on what he scouted. But anyway, he's going up to 2 gas, and puCK is actually saving a ton of chrono boost. So perhaps we're going to see a Stalker Mothership Core get chrono boosted out in just a moment here for some pressure.
And HerO full of information, seeing what we see there. We see the Cyber Core being chrono boosted into, and also a Stalker being rushed out here. And Mothership Core third of all.
Yep.
So if we're going to see some 3-gate pressure or something from puCK, but HerO's got full information on this.
Yeah, so this doesn't seem like it's going to do... Well, it's not really going to do any damage at all. I'm not exactly sure what the intention here is from puCK, but the probe does get chased out by the Stalker, and the Stalker's going to try and hunt down that probe. This is really important to keep your opponent's probes off the map. The probes are basically the foothold that every Protoss player needs to execute their timings, to execute their strategies. But he's not going to get that probe, so HerO may send that off to the corner somewhere. He may just bring it home. Meanwhile, both players vying for control of the center of the map. And it looks like not too much has happened. Do we have tech choices here yet? I'm not.
Stargate coming in for puCK at the back here, and he's still
double
boosting to the
one
Cybercore.
Sorry.
So Stargate and 3 gateways here definitely could be an aggressive setup.
Ooh, and this is a really good pick off for puCK. The probe does try and scout in, but the Mothership Core is denying that. The Stalker is going to come back here, and actually, it looks like puCK is going to be forced back into his main. There's too many units out here for HerO. And once the second Stalker regroups, he'll be able to push this back. And HerO, it looks like what HerO's really trying to do here is get that probe into the base and get some information.
Yeah, he really wants to find out what's going on, and it's very important for him right now because there's an Oracle on the way, and there's really no defense at home yet for HerO. With a 1-gateway expansion, the Mothership Core and Stalker on the other side of the map here, even if the Mothership Core recalls, there's no energy for a Photon Overcharge. The Oracle's almost out here. Photon Overcharge is active. HerO still without the information that this is an Oracle. It could be a Twilight Council for all he knows currently.
Right, and that's going to make it very uncomfortable for HerO right now. You can see he's added the Robo Bay. Warp Gate has actually finished, but he hasn't transformed that gateway yet. And all of this is putting him in a potentially disastrous position. He's actually heading home now. It looks like he's playing... He's got the expansion, so at this point he just needs to play safe. He knows his opponent on one base. He just cannot afford to take damage from whatever's coming up.
All right, the Oracle going to swing around to this natural. It's going to avoid the natural. Doesn't want to show it too early.
Yep.
Does not want to show it. And it has been spotted here, so this should be an easy Photon Overcharge here for HerO. And he knows he's playing against Stargate as well.
Yep, so we'll have to see, is HerO going to try and... Yeah, so he does Photon Overcharge there. Oh! He's going to use the Stalker and Sentry to keep the Oracle, and the Oracle is going to survive with just 8 health there. But that makes that Oracle much less useful in the future. Oracles with 60 shields and 100 life. You really want to keep that life as high as possible and just generate the shields. But meanwhile, puCK is actually warping in. He's got 5 Stalkers now. So I think the intention there is force the Photon Overcharge with the Oracle, and then he's going to try and do a big 3-gate follow-up.
Or the other way around. Force the Photon Overcharge again on the natural and swing into the main with the 2 Oracles. I think he's got a second out now as well. Depending on how he wants to play it out.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Because there's an Immortal out here, so it's going to be very hard to break that. I guess good force fields could help here, puCK.
So what puCK, probably the best strategic thing that puCK could do is force field that ramp when all those units were in the main to defend the Oracle. Or now if he force fields the ramp and then sends the Oracle in the main.
Oracle on the left, coming into the main base right now. And there's no units here, so he's going to get a lot of probe damage. And this is really bad for HerO. This is a nice move from puCK. And he's got an expansion behind this as well. But he does get caught with a couple of Stalkers that go down pretty fast. And HerO does evacuate these probes. Nice pincer move here from puCK. But he still needs to do more damage than this.
Yep, he's doing the best that he can with the units that he has. Photon Overcharge is forced in the main, and now HerO has the option to just leave all of his army in the natural, and it looks like they're both kind of prodding at each other. No deaths there in that little skirmish.
Well, this is okay. I mean, if puCK is chrono boosting into his probes back at home, which I think he should be at this point, and he might start to take a bit of a probe lead there.
Yep.
The Oracle's still threatening both expansions.
Oh, and the Phoenix does come out, kills 1 Oracle. The second Oracle is hiding in the corner. But this is basically going to relieve all the pressure on HerO. The Mothership Core is getting attacked right now, though.
Yeah, it's going to have to recall here. Well, actually, no, the 3 Stalkers do come down to support it. Yep.
So the Phoenix is pushed back. puCK is going to keep that Mothership Core alive. And this is really a big pickup. Not only is the... not a pickup, a good defense. Not only is the Mothership Core extremely valuable in terms of the money, but regaining that energy. Oh, and the Mothership Core stops moving.
3 more probes here. Being killed by this Oracle. Mothership Core picked off in the middle of the map, but the Oracle's got in 4, 5 kills here. But we have HerO on the other side of the map, and we did just see off screen, puCK loses Mothership Core.
HerO's not paying attention here.
Yeah, a couple of good force fields by both players here, but separates, and this is going to really bounce around. Those are better force because the Immortal is stuck. Can he get it? Oh, he's got this. He's got it trapped. The 3 Zealots have got the Immortal trapped here, but the Phoenix is coming to support this, and the Immortal does go down.
A great pickoff for puCK there, getting that Immortal, one of the highest damage dealers against the Stalkers. Phoenix is picking up some sentries now.
Yeah, and he's dealing a lot of damage, and the loss of that Mothership core with a Photon Overcharge here, this is an easy defense, but without it, it's a lot more tricky.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot harder. The 3 Phoenixes going into the main. Not a big threat, though, because only 1 Phoenix has enough energy to pick up. I think this is more just to get some information. He's going to see that an Immortal has come out. Twilight Council is done. No Forge from puCK at the moment. But the end result of all of this is that puCK is at a 6-worker lead.
Which these three Phoenixes can help with that if they can get into the probe lines without the Mothership core there.
They're not going to be able to do too much right now, though. Right now he's looking at 2 pickups total possible.
Yeah.
And both players adding a couple more gateways. puCK is now getting his Forge, so the Forge timing for HerO is a little bit sooner. The position looks relatively equal in terms of tech, in terms of units. But puCK's economy is just a bit stronger right now, and that should lead in the next couple of minutes into him getting a healthy supply lead, or at least a tech lead. Something has to come out of that extra money.
All right, but as we can see, in terms of everything, it's HerO, apart from the economy, that's a little bit faster with his +1 attack. He's got the Templar Archives down. It's kind of close, though. Very similar. These 4 Phoenixes could be worth their weight in gold, depending on how much value they can extract from themselves. They'll get a probe or 2.
Yep. And both players banking a decent amount of money here, waiting probably for some of these extra buildings to finish as the gateways finish up, the Templar Archives finish up, just waiting to see, are they going to go for Storm? Are they making Archons? And probably one of the more interesting things right now, both players with the Twilight Council not researching Charge, not researching Blink. puCK actually going for Storm immediately as the Templar Archives finishes. We'll probably see him put down some High Templar soon, maybe use those to help deflect the Phoenixes. And meanwhile, HerO is going straight into Archon production.
Yeah, straight into Archon production, and he's got a decently low probe count. He hasn't continued to throw them up right now. He's only at 46.
Yep. It looks like HerO is actually...
gateways.
He's committing to a 2-base timing here as he goes up to 8 gateways.
Is there a Mothership core back in this game? No, it's only just finished, so it's not going to have a Photon Overcharge for a little bit here.
Yep. And it actually, puCK is doing almost the same type of thing. If we look at puCK is also going up to 8 gateways. And the main difference here is that puCK is going for Storm, whereas HerO is going for Archons.
But one big part of this fight is these Phoenixes. If they pick up the Immortals or something and take out a big damage dealer from puCK, then HerO's going to have an easier time in this fight. But Storm is going to be useful.
I don't think the Phoenixes are too much of a threat for puCK because of feedback. Feedback with 9 range greatly outranges the Phoenixes, but a little bit of a drop here from HerO.
But then he takes his Storm away from the fight too, depending on how much energy he has, of course.
Yep.
But the Forge is going to go down. Nice pickup for HerO. I think an attack is becoming, you know, one of those risky moves again for him. He's just destroyed a Forge. He can continue into +2 at this point, way ahead of his opponent.
Yeah.
They have very similar armies, and it is very risky to take a fight over the other side of the map. Dark Shrine coming in, and with a Warp Prism out, that's going to be quite annoying, I think, for puCK, depending on if he has cannons in the mineral lines, if the cannons go down.
Right. And I think we're seeing, again, in this game, HerO is getting an advantage in this game, not by his macro, not by his army movements, but by his just little bits of harass. You can see the Phoenixes are constantly keeping an eye on that 3rd. They've been kind of passively denying a probe from coming out there for a long amount of time. For whatever reason, they just left and let that happen. But and that Warp Prism in the main is putting a lot of pressure on puCK. Meanwhile, puCK, no information about HerO's 3rd. He's got that 1 observer at his natural, but that's barely giving him any information at all. He's just not aware of what's going on in the map, and he's not putting any pressure on HerO to take control of the tempo of the game. He's not dictating anything that's happening, and that's going to lead into HerO getting favorable trades time and time again.
Well, fortunately for puCK, the pylon that was used aggressively at the start of the game has now revealed the position of HerO, which wouldn't have been the case if that pylon wasn't there from earlier. So a little bit lucky with that, and he is in position for this.
And HerO forces a photon overcharge in puCK's natural, but a big fight coming up here.
Yeah, big fight coming in, and a good storm's here. And where's the mothership core? There's no retreat. And puCK is coming around from the south side. He's going to go for this. If he kills off this army, this is a massive move for puCK. And HerO is caught out here. And this is a massive, massive win for puCK. Oh my god. At the same time, though, HerO does have a warp in inside the main base, but that's absolutely catastrophic for HerO. That was huge to lose that army.
Yeah, HerO is left, if we look at the army values right now, puCK with a decisive lead here. So many more units, but puCK needs to clean up this Warp Prism and these units in his main.
Yeah,
this is a huge problem for him. He's going to start losing pylons. He's actually supply blocked now. He cannot build more units. And meanwhile, there's an Immortal at puCK's third. A big fight about to happen in HerO's natural.
Yeah, he comes in here, and there's a lot of units. If HerO can somehow hold on, that's going to be a magical hold. He doesn't have that many units here, and puCK is going to go for it. He's going to try and break this. This is a golden opportunity for him, but HerO takes a good position. 3 Zealots at the back there, can't really fight. The Archon's doing a lot of damage in this area. Phoenix has come back to fight, but here come the Archons for puCK. And if he can deal with the Warp Prism inside his main base, he could be looking good here, but that is a big problem inside his main base. A decent fight here for puCK. But he is starting to clean what's up there. He's cleaned it out inside his main.
Yep.
puCK could equalize this series.
This is looking very good for puCK right now. He has cleaned everything out of his main. The Warp Prism cannot warp more units in. HerO has to defend. 1 Nexus goes down for HerO.
Oh, DTs.
Oh, 1 Dark Templar warps in. 2 Dark Templar now doing a lot of work. Does puCK even have an Observer?
Where is it?
It's right there. No, it's literally right there.
Oh, it's right there, but...
I don't know why he's not attacking.
Maybe these units have done a little bit too much. That's a little bit of a shame. I don't think he realizes it is right there, and these DTs push this back.
Which, yeah, it
shouldn't have really been the case.
That was a really weird... He's got track of the Observer now. It is moving. Meanwhile, there's 1 Dark Templar in puCK's main.
Did he lose to the robotics facility?
Yeah, the robotics facility was the first unit to die. Another pylon's going to go down here.
Oh my gosh, an Oracle's been built here. I don't think puCK realizes, and maybe he has now realized that Observer's been moved, but trying to destroy the cannons here, and all of a sudden, puCK, who looked in fantastic position, has now been turned around by these DTs, and HerO keeps that natural on the second, or at least keeps the area of the natural.
HerO definitely doing a really good job with the Dark Templar, getting whatever advantages he can, but the supply counts do not lie. puCK coming out of this exchange with a decisive advantage.
All down to that one fight on the left-hand side there that he caught HerO out with, and there's still a very difficult position for HerO to
the
come
Oracle
back in.
does go down, but the robotics facility is done, so I don't think puCK's going to have much more DT trouble.
Yeah, he shouldn't. That's really the only thing that HerO can grasp onto at this point. Is he's not mining from his natural. He's really, really hurt. And puCK is going to come close this one out. Observer is there.
If puCK just takes this fight across the map, he should be able to crush HerO's army. HerO sitting at he's got about less than half than 50, that sentence. His army is tiny compared to puCK's, and puCK knows it. He's going to be pushing into HerO's natural.
HerO's looking to snipe the Observer of his opponent to try and make these DTs work, as you can see. 3
the Observer
Phoenixes.
Very close there, and the Phoenixes dart in.
This is a funny dance and fight. Oh, he's going to get it. Maybe he's going to swing around this right-hand side. Or left-hand side. He does get it, but there is another one. Another one there. 5-6 Dark Templar. 5-6 Dark Templar in this.
HerO is all in. This is really his only chance, though.
He's going to take the fight. Here come the DTs, and they're going to get in there. There's an Observer on the natural puCK. It's right there. Bring it with your army, and you're going to clean up these DTs.
The Observer gets in range.
And then the Dark Templar die, QXC.
Yeah. And that was really HerO's last chance here. He's going to use the Phoenixes, try and snipe the second Observer. But I don't know where HerO's Observer actually went. He cannot see that Observer. GG. puCK's got to be feeling good about that.
Wow.
What a stressful game.
Stressful's a good word.
Yeah.
Stressful's a good word there. But puCK, on the back of a mistake from HerO, capitalizes, and it's good that he's able to capitalize on that. You shouldn't really be ever allowing a player to make that kind of mistake and get away with it, and he did crucify that army, and it led to a victory eventually.
Yep.
Well done there for puCK. 1-1.
Yeah, HerO did he used everything that he could. I think he played quite well after that mistake, but that blunder was just too much. That was game ending right there, and it basically came out of HerO was trying to do too much without sufficient knowledge of what was going on. If he had vision of puCK's army, he wouldn't have walked into a trap like that, but because he was focused on that Warp Prism, he was focused on those Phoenixes, he just watched somewhere where he didn't know what was going on.
It was, I mean, you can't really fault HerO in terms of the move he tried. It was a really good move that he attempted to do, just not cautiously, and making sure that he was safe at all times with the movement. But whatever the case, 1-1, third map, Deadwing, a map that we don't really see that often, of course. It's such a new map here in the tournament scene. PvP will be played on it now.
What is going to happen here?
Who's practiced the most on Deadwing in PvP?
Well, puCK was at Red Bull Atlanta just last weekend, so I know he wasn't playing too much there. But the maps have been around for at least, I think, about 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
So both players definitely have had a chance to play on them. They shouldn't be too surprised, but we'll have to wait and see how much they'll be able to capitalize on some of the nuances of this map. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Deadwing, 4-player map, brand new to this ladder season, and it brings a whole new definition to the macro game.
It's a very economic-friendly map, QXC.
Are you ready? Can I clap? Do you think that'll be too...
No, you can do whatever you want, man.
Wait,
whatever you want. Wait, let me...
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right.
Can you hear it? All right, which one are we doing?
I don't know
which Protoss is it? I don't even know which... Okay, puCK. You ready?
We're doing puCK.
Okay, you ready?
All right.
Down here, in the bottom left-hand side of Deadwing LE, a.k.a. Ladder Edition, there's the red Protoss player. It's puCK! Woo! All right, are you ready?
Yep. Get me going. And in the bottom right-hand corner, overextending just a little bit in that last game. Can he bring it back and move on? He is Liquid HerO!
The sickest intros. We created the one-man crowd. We made the one-man crowd.
I could see him over there. He's got a little bit of a smirk.
He's like
snide.
He's like, I step away for one series and this happens.
You guys just can't do anything without me. All right, so builds so far, very normal. Same thing that we've been seeing from some of the players. So let's talk a little bit about the map. If we go to puCK's base, and we're going to kind of jump into his natural and kind of move out and see what's going on. So he's got a pretty easy natural. The most notable part are these destructible rocks and also the destructible rocks. So with close horizontal spawns, we can take a look at the alleyway that's going to be connecting these two opponents. Once these rocks are down, this is going to be like a 5-second rush distance from natural to natural.
Yeah, this is really, really close spawns here. We'll see if that will come into play here once they find out where they've spawned. Yeah. But this is it does look like a very friendly natural to expand on.
Yeah, the natural is very good. The most notable part, or sorry, another notable thing about these spawning positions, if we take a look at the third, the cliffs here between these two bases are so close.
They won't take these thirds, though.
Yeah, you will probably never see these bases taken at all this entire game, because the advantage you would have to have, if you imagine a Colossus, a Colossus in one of the bases walks down the cliff and immediately can attack the mineral line of the other one. You have to have so much control. So what we're going to see probably is they're going to be taking the other third base. And that's going to be kind of the natural expansion here. But there's actually some tech paths going on here. Let's take a look at what these players have chosen to do.
Yeah, Stargate from HerO. And we'll see whether he branches down the Phoenix route or the Oracle route. But on the other side of things, we see a Sentry first here from puCK, which if we just look back to King Sejong Station, and with it being rushed out as well, which means he wants that energy fast, we could be looking at an expansion play.
Yeah, this is almost certainly the same build that we saw from puCK on Sejong. He's going with the same timings, fast Mothership Core, fast Sentry, Stalker, and then we'll probably see another Sentry here. The probes are moving out to take the Nexus, and I think this is really smart from puCK, taking advantage of this map to go for that more macro-centric style. Yeah. Meanwhile, HerO, Stargate is just about to finish. He's got about 150 gas. Boom! Oracle comes out, chrono boosted. We'll just have to wait and see how much damage he could do with that.
Yeah, and he could do a lot of damage depending on where the units of puCK are here.
Yep.
HerO's going
one more gateway. HerO's going for a 3-gate Stargate here.
Yeah, 3-gate Stargate before any other tech choice here. Sometimes players do like to switch it up really fast straight after the Stargate, but 3 gateways, potential aggression after this Oracle.
Oh, okay, so HerO knows where his opponent spawned. His probe scouted every other base. And meanwhile, puCK has just established his opponent. Oh, he sees the Oracle!
That was really big big info.
That's a huge mistake from HerO, not sending the Oracle around. It doesn't matter if it's just a few seconds later. puCK knows 100% now. He should take no damage at all from this.
Yeah, he shouldn't. The Mothership Core's in position. He can Photon Overcharge instantly. 2 sentries and Stalker there as well. And we'll see what HerO's going to plan around this. Guardian Shield activated, surprisingly.
Yeah, I don't
quite understand that. It's
Guardian Shield reduces range damage by, I want to say, 2. The Oracle does 25 damage, so the Oracle's still 2-shotting probes.
It's a bit of a weird move there, unless he was trying to protect the sentries. But in either case, we have a Void Ray being built. Pylon on the side here. That is HerO's plan. 3 gateways down. He's going to be aggressive. Excuse me. Oracle has got nothing yet, though.
Yeah, but the Oracle here, the main intent is going to be to force that Photon Overcharge out.
But it hasn't. It hasn't, though.
Right. puCK's doing a really good job of just defending with what he has. He's not overreacting here. The Oracle is going to come in, but the Stalkers are in position.
And so far, puCK doesn't really know what the follow-up to this is. Void Ray Gateway units. He sees, obviously, the Stalkers on his natural. Mothership Core coming over. Where's the Photon Overcharge going to be used? Is he going to lose his natural? It's on the natural.
Yep.
So he will push this back for now.
So he's going to try and defend this 1-base play on 2 bases.
How can you stop Void Rays, though? What are going to stop Void Rays? There's one out. There's going to be another one shortly, you'd imagine.
Yep, and I think HerO's decision to go into Void Rays was mostly prompted by these close spawning positions. That Stargate is almost proxied. On most maps, a Stargate that close is almost a proxy Stargate.
Wait, what's the Void Ray doing? He's getting hit by Photon Overcharge.
Ooh, the Void Ray takes a lot of damage there. And Photon Overcharge, I'm not sure how much time it has left, but I think puCK at this point realizes he's not going to hold his natural.
Yeah, Photon Overcharge should go down any second here. Oracle, Void Ray, Mothership Core, everything, and HerO will take this natural, and there's nothing that puCK can do about it. But
that's
can
okay
puCK
for
defend
puCK.
his main, though? That's the biggest question.
Yeah, puCK has to survive on 1 base now. HerO is so committed to this attack. He sends a probe up. The thing here for HerO is, how do you get past like 300 energy of sentries?
Yeah.
Oh, the Oracles are going in.
The Oracles, that's how he does it. He pulls one of them back, but only kills 1 sentry.
And he killed the sentry with the least amount of energy. So puCK has at least 5 more force fields.
puCK is feeling the pressure. He's supply blocked at 50 supply here. 2 pylons being immediately built. Blinking. He can't even build units right now. This is disastrous. And the Oracle comes in around the back. Photon Overcharge used again here, which means there will not be another one to defend this next attack from HerO once he breaks that ramp.
But how is he going to break that ramp? We're still looking at upwards of a minute, almost 2 minutes of constant force fields. And that's only if HerO is actually putting on that aggression and forcing the force fields. Right now, HerO is not forcing force fields. puCK knows, is he gonna... HerO's sitting right at that ramp trying to take advantage, and those were some strange force fields.
That one on the high ground's funny.
Yeah.
But a natural's been thrown down. HerO's starting to realize that maybe he cannot break this, so natural down, a multi-production beginning, and the advantage starting to absolutely slide in favor of HerO hugely now with this Nexus down. And I think there was an observer over there that puCK may have seen this expansion down or so, I'm not too sure, but Oracle does get backed off again. Yeah, the observer is there. He sees it, so he knows that he's against it now. He's against the clock.
Yeah, and it's just the question is, how do you break this? If you're puCK, his strategy here is going to be for Blink. He's going to be constantly warping in Stalkers. He's going to use Blink to circumvent this contain at his natural. And meanwhile, HerO, like you said, going to Immortal production, he may... Oh no, he's getting a Twilight Council.
Do you think there's a number of Stalkers that would be high enough to blink down aggressively?
I don't
There is force fields to trap for Zealots to then attack in. The Void Ray can charge up.
I don't think your plan is to blink down the natural. His plan is going to be to blink down there.
What the hell? He's got a hidden expansion.
And that's so smart from puCK. He's going to get his economy going. He's going to use these Stalkers to relieve the pressure. At some point soon, HerO will have to back off lest he get isolated from his main army. And puCK's actually going to move in here. He might be able to get a good trade.
Yeah, with Blink. The Oracle going to go in the main base, though, as HerO does recall back. And in 1, 2, Photon Overcharge down.
Yep. Oracle starts attacking the Nexus, and the Oracle does die. And that's really nice for puCK. He no longer has to commit units at home to defend against that. Plus, that one Oracle forcing those Photon Overcharges, it reduces your strategic capabilities. Yeah. If you imagine, if HerO had an Oracle to defend himself, he wouldn't have been able to make that recall. He wouldn't have been able to stay as long. But now puCK going up to 3 Nexuses.
Yeah, this is...
Nexi.
Nexi, Nexuses, Nexus, 3 Nexus.
Nexon.
Nexon.
Nex off. Nexon. And puCK's getting a little too aggressive here.
But this, as much as HerO's in a fantastic position, if HerO doesn't commit to try to end this game, puCK will eventually get a lead.
Oh, yeah, the 3 Nexuses
the 3
are going to give
Nexus
him
is so big.
Yeah, it's huge economic advantage.
And this Warp Prism, by the way, slightly in vision range. A little bit of a mistake there, but...
That's okay. He's making some Zealots, and this is really good for puCK. Even if this does no damage at all,
oh, nice block.
puCK is taking some control of this game. He's trying to dictate the action.
And that's just going to keep HerO back. I wonder what HerO's thinking now. Oh, Void Ray, bye-bye.
Void Ray does go down. And that's a nice pick for puCK. The Void Ray adds a huge amount of damage output, especially against that Blink Stalker-centric army. And meanwhile, he's actually not photon overcharging that one Zealot. He's just going to keep warping in. HerO he's being very conservative with his Mothership Core energy. And the Warp Prism has backed out, and it looks like HerO is about to get Blink.
And he's going to kill off this Warp Prism. But we're still talking, at least, you know, the 20-minute mark and above till puCK really gains advantages from this third base. It's going to be quite a while, but he will eventually. That's the big part here. Is HerO ever going to click? Does he think his opponent's just saying, all right, this is my last game of the tournament if I lose this, so I'm going to dig deep and play from majorly behind. So HerO may not even suspect something like this.
Yeah, I think HerO, this is one of those tough ones. Oh, nice. He's going to pick up the Observer. And this is really good for puCK in terms of, like you said, he's got to make sure that he maintains the illusion of not having a third base.
Yeah.
Because if HerO sees that third base, he will immediately go kill puCK. Yeah. And he will do it because puCK has committed so much money to that third Nexus. He was contained.
Yeah. But at this point, even the Hallucinated Phoenix inside this main is almost impossible to tell that there's a third.
Right. It's just been too long since it came down. You don't, since it was such an awkward position, you don't know like exactly like how much money does my opponent, should he really have at this point?
But HerO's not playing too conservative though, which is a good benefit to him. He's actually taking a third of his own, which will assist in the problem that is in this game, which is that third of puCK's.
Right. And we do see the Phoenix again darting around. HerO really trying hard to get some information, using that Phoenix. And again, HerO is looking at that third with his Phoenix. And this is really good for puCK right now because it's... Oh, Oracle.
Yeah, another Oracle going to swing around, and a couple of probes will die. Probe shall die. 3, 4, and maybe 5. And we will get out.
Yep.
It's nice.
It's a nice move for HerO to just randomly build one extra Oracle. He started this a couple of minutes ago. It was just kind of sitting, and then he just flies it in. He's like, I think I'm going to fly it in now. And the likelihood that puCK has left Stalkers at home is pretty low. So a nice pickup for HerO. If we look at the Workers tab, puCK still with a bit of a worker advantage, and that's mostly from his third Nexus.
And he's gained that advantage in terms of the income, as you can see there, 1,400 to 1,100, 700 gas spiking it to 500. He is taking a lead now.
I think the gas is the most important here, especially with that High Templar tech and those storms already done.
HerO does have +2 attack, though. In the lead yet for sure.
Yep.
Oh, where the hell is that Hallucinated Phoenix going? Okay, it's kind of stopped. It was going in the right direction, but then it just stops. Oh, no, it's going off again. And that's no, it stopped again.
puCK really needs just like one High Templar in his main. Just the Oracle flies in, boom, feedback, and then just not have to deal with this anymore. That Oracle with 15 kills now.
Oh,
what is this, Apollo?
A weird fight, but this is good for puCK. He's got Storm. This is a bad fight there for HerO.
Who's...
Oh, they both had Storm now, too.
That's HerO's Time Warp. Because puCK's Mothership Core is not at the fight.
All right,
right?
so
They're not color-coded, are they? Time Warps? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, so that's HerO's Time Warp. HerO with enough energy for one more Time Warp, and puCK is actually going to swing around here.
What's the army supply here between the both of them? As puCK is getting a little bit aggressive, 99 to 106, and +2 attacks not even that far away from HerO. puCK's got to be very careful here with this attack.
I think the big story, though, is if we look at the number of High Templar that both players have, puCK has a decisive advantage in Storm.
All right, well, good Time Warp there from HerO, and a good Storm's on the ramp too, and puCK tries to fight, but that doesn't work. The shields only, should I say, get hurt from that, but puCK surely can't continue here.
Ooh, Mothership Core goes down.
Well, I guess that's nice, and he does have a couple of Time Warps to his advantage. HerO got 4 Stalkers counter-attacking.
Yep.
puCK still going for this. +2 attack is seconds away.
Yeah, I don't Oh, big storm.
Good blink.
Stalkers blink in, take out a couple of High Templar here.
+2 done.
And +1 for puCK is about 15 seconds out, but I don't think he's going to wait for it.
Well, High Templar gone pretty much there from both players. There's hardly any left in here. The fight will commence. A couple of storms from puCK on that right-hand side. And this is a very close fight when you just look at what's there when it comes to the army. And puCK's going to try to break through here. HerO's got a massive supply advantage. And the Immortals at the back dealing so much damage. One storm comes in from puCK on that right-hand side. But HerO may have too much and he pushes puCK back. And I'm not too sure what the decision for this attack was from puCK, but it doesn't look good and he is pushed back.
Yeah, there was definitely...
I don't know why he wanted to attack there. I'm not sure what clued him into attacking.
Perhaps puCK feeling a little bit of the pressure of the tournament, getting nervous, trying to end the game. Maybe because of how much damage he took from the Oracle, he felt obligated.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Like he was getting too far behind, but at the same time, if you have a hidden base and your opponent doesn't know about it, like you will always have an advantage as the game goes longer and longer and longer, because your opponent is never going to make the most correct decision about when do I attack, when do I defend, how far ahead or behind am I actually.
And the problem is if puCK, this Oracle again, man. Back in the main base, 17, 18 kills.
Yep.
18 kills.
And that, did you say,
wow.
Did you say 18?
18. 18.
Are you pronouncing an N before the T?
No, it's just my accent. 18.
18?
18. It's just the way I say it.
The Oracle now has 18 kills.
QXC, even if puCK takes a third, that is a decisive move for HerO to go in.
Yeah, I think so. After he lost so much, puCK's only hope at this point may be to try and hold on 2 bases and let that hidden base continue to allow him an advantage, but I don't think HerO's going to let him. HerO's got a pretty sizable army. Is there some reason that both players seem to be like not getting charged? Do you think is that on purpose? Because it feels like a mistake.
Yeah, I think they should have had it by now, especially with the resources that they have. But this becomes a very difficult game for puCK to actually keep in now. The third is obviously going to be taken. The third in HerO's eyes is about to be taken. Fourth, obviously, for puCK, but HerO's not going to allow this to be taken easily. You
can look at the amount of extra money puCK has gotten from that hidden base. He's got over 1,000 gas, like 6,000 minerals or something. Obviously, there's the probe cost and the Nexus cost, but oh, nope, HerO scouted it.
Yeah, and...
All right, well, that's going to trigger a whole flurry of activities now. Storm's going down and gets some probe kills. The Warp Prism does go down, and the High Templar are cleaned up.
Oh, guess who found the Nexus?
Yeah.
He found the Nexus. And he's like, no way.
He's like, oh my god, how long has this been going on? And this is... HerO's going to swing up here. He's just going to take that out.
Well, the supplies are quite close once again here, but we do see HerO coming closer and closer to that +3 attack as puCK just now starts +2.
Yeah, he needs to just evacuate these probes. He can use them. Oh, wait, he's trying to defend this.
No, he's going to go defend it.
Yeah, he's going to try and defend that base. And
good time work from HerO. Good storms as well from HerO. Just a beautiful combination. And even feedback on that mothership core. Storms landing perfectly there from HerO. Another one. That was a 4 or 5 consecutive storms in a row, maybe even 6 on top of that army.
Yeah,
and the Zealots evaporated.
I think puCK needs to go home here. He's being very ambitious by trying to defend this base.
And this may be the end of puCK. We'll see. He's going to take a fight here. And he's quite far behind in supply. A lot of units are in bad position of the HerO. He's choked up on that ramp.
Yep.
And, well, that's one nice move. A very nice side cut throat move there to the 4th.
And I think HerO's recognized that he's spread himself a little too thinly. He's going to move back and regroup his army. The Zealots are continuing. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at these Dark Templar. Does HerO have detection? Yeah, he's got an observer. Okay, so he's good.
Yeah.
But does he have detection at home?
I'm not sure if he... I don't think he had it in cannons yet, but...
He's got a cannon at each base, but that many Dark Templar will kill those cannons in an instant. Yeah.
Yeah.
puCK is going to lose his natural.
He loses his natural. These DTs could help him. They are on this base, and that cannon instantly dies. Another one is being built, and HerO does realize that threat.
And it looks like HerO's actually going to send his entire army home to deal with these Dark Templar.
What's the army supply, by the way? It's kind of close.
Yeah, it's remarkably close considering what has happened. And the Dark Templar are trying to flee, but they all do get picked off with that observer.
puCK putting up a great fight here, despite what we've seen throughout.
Yep, and actually, puCK's both players on 2 bases now. puCK with that hidden base still up, but he lost his natural nexus.
Yeah.
If puCK had been able to keep his natural nexus up, I think sniping that 3rd would have been sufficient, not to win him the game, but to put him back in the game.
Well, luckily for puCK now, his +2's coming in. I don't know if that's luck or not, but I said that. That +2 will help. His HerO is at +3.
Yeah, that's a late +2.
Yeah. And +1 armor coming in now for HerO as well, but HerO going to swing around with a Warp Prism and 2 high tempo, and we know what that's going to do. It's going to go zzz.
Yeah.
That's not really how Storm sounds. It's more like shh. Okay, do it. I was trying to think, how would I do a Storm noise on a keyboard, and all I thought about was Zeds. So I was like, zzz.
And HerO now moving out, and puCK's in a really bad spot right now because he has no idea this army is moving out. Yeah, he cleans up the Warp Prism, but this attack is going to be brutal.
Yeah, it's a lot of units that HerO has. A lot of Archons in the mix, and there's more probes shall die here. Great moves there from HerO. 61 probes have been killed throughout this game, including that Oracle that killed like about 30.
I think it got 18.
Yeah, I think it was. Maybe we got 19.
No, I think it was just 18.
Oh, was it? Sure it wasn't 17? Could have been. It was somewhere around
17?
there. Yeah, something like this.
Or 19?
Maybe you got 20.
I got nothing for that.
All right, HerO swinging around this left-hand side. And
Dark Templar doing some work. The observers are catching up there in the back. And it looks like everything is going to come to a head just in a moment.
No, the assassination of Templar. Brothers, cousins. The Templar Storms do push this back again. And that's a nice army from puCK, but he's got to come down this ramp, which he's obviously going to get blanketed in these Storms. Oh, nice blink forward there, picking off one of these. But HerO walks up this ramp, and this could be the last fight of the series here. And Storms do land down. HerO backs off a little bit, and look how fast these Zealots are dying with Storms and the splash damage from the Archons. They charge. It's like watching The Last Samurai, the film, as they run forward and they just get shot down instantly. And puCK is so far behind in supply, 120 to 178. And this has been a very good series from both players overall, but it could be coming to a head here as puCK charges down again. He eats another Storm, and HerO waits patiently down, spread out, and is waiting to accept this fight from puCK.
Yeah,
and I think he has to fight this no matter how disadvantageous this position is. He takes the fight, he has to, but HerO will stand strong. And you can see down at the bottom of the screen, zzz, zzz, as puCK realizes that his tournament here at the Intel Street Masters is over, and he's typing that GG, and there it is, GG, and puCK surrenders. Good luck. And HerO moves on to the final game of this group.
Maybe was feeling a little shaky after that second game, pulled himself together, and came out with a very nice build order choice and just some very strong mechanics from that, even with that hidden base. But at the same time, I wish that puCK hadn't attacked.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think that game would have gone into like a really sick long macro game. Both players with great advantages, like lots of counterplay, and puCK just maybe got a little too nervous. Maybe whatever it was, that attack really cinched the deal. It put him in such a disadvantageous position. Well,
you know, puCK, despite being in last place in this group, he lost 2-1 versus Jaedong, 2-1 versus HerO. It's a valiant effort from him. But it is HerO that moves to the final game of Group C here as he finds his way backstage. And we'll, of course, be going to Susie's couch. And we will be having words from him very shortly. But that means that we're going to be moving on to the winners game very soon here. It's going to be Jaedong versus Solar. And then, of course, the winner is first place. The loser must fight versus Liquid HerO for the second place position. And I hope you enjoyed casting that PvP. I thought you did really well, by the way.
Thank you.
The zzz was the highlight for me.
I've been doing
You've been playing a little bit recently, right?
I've definitely got back into playing. I've been doing a fair amount of off racing, trying to get ready for this event, trying to bring as much high-level analysis as I can, even in the games that don't have Terran. So
we've got Innovation through already to the quarterfinals, if you didn't know. And we have MMA and Tasia playing later today, which I'm sure you'll be eagerly watching. So hopefully at least one of those can go through to keep QXC happy. But Susie is ready, and she's sitting with Liquid HerO. So take it away.
Okay, I'm here with a very tired Liquid HerO. How are you feeling?
한글로?
상관없어.
I'm very tired.
I just said that. I know. They know. All right. I'm going to ask you a couple questions about the games altogether. First, actually, I want to ask about the game versus Solar. Your very first game today was quite uncharacteristic of you. You made quite a few mistakes in that one. Can you just tell me what was going on?
Just lately, I have no confidence, so especially PvP. So I just played bad and I used random shit. Yeah, I didn't know what should I make and macro. So.
All right. Well, I mean, even though you lost this one, here you are versus puCK. You went to 3 games in this series. When you faced puCK, it seemed you did know what you were doing. Game 1 was definitely a lot cleaner. So can you tell us a little bit about that? It was a lot more solid than playing against Solar.
I think my PvP is okay now. So I had confidence and I knew what to do to win. So yeah, that's why I won.
All right, maybe I'm gonna have him talk in Korean because he's giving me short answers in English. It's fine. All right, game 2, it was pretty even, and then that moment when you lost your mothership core. Did you mean to go? Did you mean to push and recall, or did you mean to just end the game right there?
한글로 할게요.
알았어.
그 두 번째 판 원래 질 수가 없었는데 제가 제 단점이 맨날 엄청 유리한데 그냥 가만히 있으면 되는데 이렇게 괜히 앞으로 압박 나가서 그거 이렇게 어떻게 실수해서 먹히고 지는 게임이 오늘도 나온 것 같아요.
All right. He was just saying that, if he had not pushed that, if he had just taken it easy and, then he would have been able to win that second game, but got a little too greedy there and for it and wasn't able to pull through, and that's why he lost. But game 3, you won. When you found that hidden third base, what were you thinking?
내가 쳐들어갔을 때?
걔가 숨겨놨었잖아. 그 third base. 그거 찾았을 때.
그걸 언제 먹었는지를 못 봐가지고 되게 깜짝 놀라긴 했는데 너무 상황이 유리해가지고 크게 신경 안 썼어요.
All right. Actually, he said by the time he saw that, at that point, it didn't really make that much of a difference. He knew that he was had the upper hand, and so didn't really bother him all too much. Now, you keep saying you're not confident, and you won this. You said your PvP is good, but you said this last time. Last time we talked, it was at DreamHack. Do you remember? And you said, I'm not confident, and then you made it to the finals. Okay. Do you think the same thing will happen this time?
Never gonna happen this time.
It's never gonna happen
Never.
this time? Why?
Cause I had many problems in my life lately, so I couldn't practice as I practice normally. So yeah, I think I never practice for almost 2 weeks.
Okay.
So
If you didn't practice that much, then why did you even come? Because you went through the open bracket. You didn't even you came here on your own money, went through the open bracket, made it to the round of 16. So if you weren't feeling very confident, why did you decide to come? Because if you're knocked out, right, then you're just here for 4 days.
Because we decided before 1 month.
A month ago.
1 month ago. So, and my flight can't change or pay back.
So you just came here anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you get knocked out, yeah.
But I'm doing my best.
Good. You better. Yeah. Of course you are. I mean, look at you. You're still winning, and that's great. So, since you said you're not confident and you haven't practiced, when you see your teammate Tasia, and Tasia keeps winning everything, do you feel pressure that you should be doing more?
Yeah, I feel like that, but I'm trying to 신경을 안 쓰려고.
Not care too much?
Yes.
You can speak Korean, you know. It's fine. Okay. Then earlier today, we interviewed another teammate of yours, Snoot. And, you know, can you give us a couple of words about Snoot? How do you feel that he's doing?
I think he's doing very good. He improved a lot, and when he last week he all-killed Acer, Team Acer, and I think he's very improving.
Great. So Snoot's improving.
So
Taja's doing good.
I wish Snoot win
Yeah.
this tournament.
Okay. So then now, who are you most worried about to face in this tournament?
Everyone.
Everyone. Well, I mean, you said you're pretty good versus Protoss, so I guess you can hope that you face another Protoss player.
Yeah,
all right.
I think that's better for me.
Okay. Any last words for your fans?
I'm doing my best, and
알아서 한국말로 그냥 해.
그 연습을 많이 못 하고 와서 좀 제대로 된 경기를 보여드릴 수 있을지 되게 걱정도 많이 하고 했는데, 그래도 최선을 다하고 있으니까 끝까지 응원해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Okay. 되게 무난한 대답이긴 하지만. He says, you know, even though without so much practice, he will do his best as he's able to while he's here. And so if you'll just continue watching him and cheer for him as the tournament progresses, he would be very thankful on that. So with no further ado, we are going to go to break and come back and have more games for you very shortly.